I'm all about being quick and having a sense of haste in my step when I'm on set. So when it comes to tying down equipment, I have the same mindset. In this video, you'll learn my most useful knots that help keep the production load, unload, and wrap time down to a minimum. Today's video has been sponsored by Pro Gear Orlando. Pro Gear Orlando, Central Florida's premier photo, grip, and lighting rental house. Centrally located near the Orlando International Airport, MCO. Check out more on ProGearOrlando.com. Now normally you might have to hand load these into the van one at a time and then strap them down and make sure they're secure. And then you have to do it on the other end when you're taking them out. You gotta unload each one individually and then walk them in. Well, since we have this nice rolling rack here, we're going to try and secure the C-stands to the rack and then the rack into the van so we can use it on location. Now this rack is too tall for it to stand up in the van, so we're going to have to lay it down on its back. Let me go ahead and show you how I secure the C-stands to the rack. Now that my sash cord is terminated in a bowline, I can hook it to the back side of the stand where there's already a hook there, wrap it over the C-stand legs, and then back around to my half hitch slip knot. Now with our bowline knot, we'll go to the back hook, hook it on there, run it to the front hook, run it back. Then with our trunk, we're gonna twist it underneath, just like we did with our bowline line. Grab this side of the knot so when we're tightening it down, it doesn't cinch down on it. Then run our line through it one. Then normally you might stop with one, but in this case we're going to use the auto locking hitch. Run it through one more time, and when we pull down on this, this will capture the progress that we make when we're tightening it down. It does a little twist there, which allows us to capture that progress. If I let it go, this is still tight. I can do a little bit more pressure on it, get it nice and tight, and we can even unlock it by going back. We can put some tension on it, the opposite side to unlock it, then lock it again. Then we'll want to put our safety knot in there. So with this one overhead, which is our locking one, we're going to take some extra line underneath, around our auto locking, and back through our line here. With these C-stands secured to the rack, I can easily load all 12 of these by myself safely and securely. Lift with your knees. Now with our C-stand rack up in the van, we can start securing it to the D-rings. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can tie the bowline knot before you attach the rope to the D-ring, or you can tie the bowline knot through the D-ring. Now the first way, you tie a normal bowline knot, then you can make a lark's foot type knot around the D-ring simply by putting the bowline through the D-ring, taking the rest of your rope, running that through the bowline, and then cinching it down to the D-ring. Or the second way, we tie the bowline around the D-ring. Now I like to take the end of my line, run it from the left to the right, giving me enough slack on the end here, then taking the end and twisting it towards me like this. Then we'll run the end of it up from the bottom, down, around, and then back through. Cinch that down. Now to undo this knot, all we have to do is take this piece right here and flip it like a switch, and that unlocks the whole knot. This allows us to pull slack from our trunk and then to pull our tail out. Now that we have our bowline knot tied around our D-ring, we can work on securing the C-stand rack. I'll go through our C-stand rack. In this case, I'm gonna move all the way to my anchor point, and being consistent with the way I twist the rope just like I did the bowline, and then go underneath, through the bite, grab my rope, pull it through, making sure not to pull too much through. Through our first loop, then through our second loop, then through our second loop a second time. This creates the auto locking hitch that captures our progress. We can pull up on our middle line here and pull down, and then back up, and then down. And that captures the progress. And now if I let it go, it's still tight. Then we can put our safety knot in the line. What I like to do is go around the back, over the auto locking hitch so that it pinches it down, then through the end of my line. This safety knot is easily taken out by just a pull. Then to undo our auto locking hitch, we just pull it straight up. That releases the tension and it comes out just that easy. These knots will take a little bit of time, but make sure you get some hands on with some rope and practice them yourself. There you go. Those are my go-to knots that I use on set all the time. They are the most useful that I have found. They're quick and easy, and anyone can learn them. If you learned anything from today's video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. I'm Sean, the Orlando Digitech, and you've been watching Pro Gear TV.